Hey everybody, Rob here, and I'm back with yet another major winter storm update as Winter Storm Landon is going to be making its way across a majority of the US from Wednesday all the way through into this weekend. So, I don't want to keep you waiting any longer. Let's get right into the weather models. So here we're looking at the GFS model, and this is late in the evening Tuesday. As we can see, some of this precipitation starting from Missouri all the way up through Illinois and Indiana. As we go into the early morning hours on Wednesday, you can see that this becomes quite a bit of a mess right here, where you have this snow and the precipitation, and in the middle you're gonna have some sleet, freezing rain, and a chance for some pretty significant icing going on in here. As we go through the day Wednesday, we start to see pretty major impacts going on the southern end of this storm now. We got even more icing that's going to be going on in North Texas and southern Oklahoma, and this is going to become pretty massive into the overnight hours on Wednesday. And at the exact same time, going into Thursday morning, this system will be pushing even farther off into the Ohio Valley, parts of Kentucky, Arkansas. You can see there's some major freezing rain and icing that's going to be possible right here in between the mix of these. As we push this farther off, we can see that this major ice storm, combined with some pretty significant snowfall on the back end of it, is going to be pushing off now fully into the Ohio Valley, pushing off into some of the Great Lakes regions, up into New York, places like Pennsylvania. As we go through the day Thursday, we're still going to have snow lingering into Friday in parts of Ohio, and it's going to push off in parts of Massachusetts, up into Maryland as well, and then eventually, at the end of the day Friday, this is going to kind of dissipate off. So we're going to go ahead and look real quick here at the accumulated snowfall. This is again the GFS model, and this is probably a little bit farther south than what we would expect, and I'll prove this to you by showing the Euro model next. But we can see all the way from parts of North Texas all the way up into Massachusetts. Pretty much everywhere in this area you have the possibility of seeing a foot of snow. Now that's not likely, obviously. Areas in the Midwest here like Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, you've got a much higher chance of seeing a foot of snow. But you do have these little pockets in here which there could be pockets of some greater snowfall. You can see even parts of Illinois, Indiana, and western Ohio, you got the chance of seeing 18 inches, maybe even up to 24 inches of snow. So this could be a very significant snow event, as well as a significant icing event. Now let's go ahead and check the Euro. And you can see how much farther north this model is than the GFS model. Now I think the Euro is a little too far north on this. It'll probably come south. And I think the GFS is too far south. It'll probably move north. So somewhere in the middle of these two is probably what we would expect, but I think the GFS is probably a little bit closer to being correct. Now we're gonna go ahead and head over here. This is the accumulated freezing rain. We can see a little bit of it starting here in Missouri as we go through the day Wednesday. By the end of the day Wednesday, we've already got some pretty significant freezing rain accumulating, some very significant freezing rain starting down here in North Texas and southern Oklahoma. But as we spread this on, we see some extremely significant freezing rain going on through parts of the Ozarks all the way up into Kentucky and even into parts of south central Ohio. This is all the way through into the evening Saturday up into the morning Friday. So your commutes through Thursday and Friday, it is best to stay home if you're able. But if you have to drive to work, give yourself some extra time. Please drive very carefully, because this is going to be a messy commute. And I think this will probably be a little bit farther north than what is being depicted here by the GFS model, but still, either way, if you live in these areas, you are likely going to experience either some significant snow or some significant icing. Either or could have major impacts. There will likely be power outages, delays, schools will be closed, things of that manner. So please, if you have to go to the grocery store, just get your stuff while you can now, in case you end up being snowed in or can't leave your house for at least a couple days. And that's about all I have for you. We are eyeing also the possibility of some severe weather in Louisiana, but it's a little uncertain right now and pretty marginal. And I'll keep you guys updated if that ends up playing out on the southern end of this massive winter storm. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like getting severe and winter weather updates like this, then I recommend subscribing. It's completely free, and I try to update you guys as often and as accurately as I possibly can. So, thank you so much for watching, and stay safe out there. Peace out.